you're being ridiculous. He's a professional football player.
No, look, I'm not talking about killing the guy. I'm just talking about going up there with a group of dudes and intimidate him. Maybe break his arm.
You can't break Tom Brady's arm.
Well, yes, I can. No more Super Bowls for that pretty boy.
Listen.
Robert better not get in my face, because I'll drop that mother.
What did you say? What the f*** did you just say?
Bomberowski to the near side.
What are you, a fucking lunatic? You and your mom are hillbillies. This is a house of learned doctors.
I respect him as a coach, but I'll be damned if I allow someone to,
But I'm going to kick you repeatedly in the balls.
You got long balls, man. Long balls. You got long-ass balls.
You can't pick
What
on
should I
me.
not
You
say?
know exactly what you've done, sir.
That's bullshit. I'll say it again. It's bullshit.
Nah, I'm just pissed off.
Let me tell you something with absolute honesty and concern for your well-being. Tom Brady would kick your ass.
You know, I was rude and inappropriate, and, I just want to say I apologize.
I'm sorry that anybody could be offended by something that we were just having fun with, and I enjoyed it, and we're going to continue to do it.
Welcome, one and all, to the wonderful Ricky Williams Trilogy. Folks, this is the one. This is the episode you've all been waiting for. Well, if you haven't, I don't care, because I've been waiting for it. Folks, the Chiefs won in the AFC Championship, thus meaning they're going to the Super Bowl. And you know who's not? The Titans. That's right, folks. And then, speaking of the Titans, how you doing over there, Duke Thompson?
Well, I'm good, man. I'm just,
Sure?
yeah, dude. What?
I mean, I want to hear the truth, man.
The truth's good, man. I mean, your boy's beat it before. I know the national media loves him right now.
Whoa!
And everybody's putting a little Chiefs hat on, and I just want to know where these Chiefs fans were when Trent Green was out there.
Sounds like someone's a sore loser.
Hey, being sore loser ain't sore loser, dude. You won a game. We lost to a better team. So what, man?
All right. Well, it sounds like he was a little sore there. I mean, I'm not even going to see if the Moose is sore. I mean, for goodness sakes, his loss was weeks ago. So, I mean, he should be fine by now.
No. I'm like a lion that's been left for dead that came back, and has super mutant powers and anger and wants revenge. I cannot wait to see a team lose, Jonathan, in this Super Bowl. But before we get to that, because we still –
My word. Well, I mean, that's just one man's opinion there.
But hear me out. And when I say this, know that I have absolutely no respect for you.
Oh, well, I mean, I have no respect for your aging team. I mean,
just listen, Jonathan. Let me get nobody, and I mean absolutely fucking nobody wants to see your team win. Now, I understand.
Well, you know what? No one wants to see your team win. What are you even talking about? The whole nation erupted when the Patriots were beat. Everyone was happy by that.
And if you let me talk, Jonathan, I'd get there. Okay, you guys might be the new Patriots if you guys keep this good at it. Listen,
dude,
if you guys
haven't even gotten the one,
but you guys have all the talent to get the one plus some, dude. You can't argue that.
I mean, I won't, but we have to at least get the first one to be hated.
No,
try to hit us with that.
You need to get a good defense. What I'm saying is, there's a possibility that Mahomes could bring the Chiefs along for a very long ride. We don't know. You're right. We don't know. Nobody knows. We wouldn't be talking about sports on a fucking on a $20 microphone if we knew something. Nobody knows anything. It doesn't matter. But I just want to say congratulations to both teams. Titans went a lot farther than anybody gave them credit, and the Chiefs are obviously just that team. And it's going to be a great Super Bowl, man. I'm fucking excited for this game. It is the fastest offense playing against the best and fastest defense.
Ugh, that's what I hate so much. I'm not excited about that at all, especially since my team likes to start late to get things going, even though when they get things going very quickly. But even still, don't like that kind of style of let's spot them at least 10. But either way, folks, the Titans played a good game. Unfortunately, Henry can only do so much. Henry's going to be up for a contract here soon, as well as Tannehill. And I mean, what are they going to do about Marcus? These are all questions that are going to be on the table.
Marcus is gone, dude. We all knew that when he got benched, man. What the hell are you talking about?
Shit, I knew that when Tannehill arrived. But anyway, that's a whole nother story.
Hey, man, just because you got your quarterback doesn't mean that he's the GOAT like people are crowning him, man.
No one has crowned him.
Nick Wright has, ESPN has, Fox Sports
hasn't crowned
all
him.
These people, dude. They talk about, they even offered the question the other day, is he better than Brady?
Well, you know what? Well, hey, you know what?
Wow.
And that's great. You know why I like to hear that? Because the brother is half black. You know, if he was all black, that wouldn't even be a question. They'd be like, well, he better not try to get near Tom Brady's records. But at least he came from a white woman, so they're going to at least give him the opportunity to possibly be great. And I'll take
Why you got to bring race into this, man?
Because the NFL does, damn it. And you know they do.
No, man. ESPN, man, they keep it kosher, man. ESPN like that, man. Come on now. We can't make accusations like that.
Oh, please. All right, dude. If Tom Brady was kneeling for the national anthem, everybody would be like, well, when can I kneel too? You know, so let's be honest.
With Tom Brady, got to worry about that money, man.
No, but I'm just saying if he, led the kneeling thing. Like, if this was like Tom Brady was kneeling because he was tired of how people were treating Brazilian models or some shit. You know, everybody would be kneeling along with him in unison, being like, yeah, man, these Brazilian models need to be treated better.
Yes, and I know how everybody now is praising Andy Reid for being in the league for 21 years.
No, I still don't accept
that stuff.
No, I hear them. They're like, Andy Reid finally made it. He's been there before.
He has 4 NFC championship games, man.
Right? He's been to the Super Bowl before. Yeah. He lost, but he's been there before. They act like this is the first time his ass has been in the Super Bowl building.
I would argue
I need him to get
team.
that ring. And they're almost crowning him before he's even done it.
And I'd argue a better team, too, man. That Eagles defense was stout back in the day with Dawkins. You had Crybaby McNabb back there, though. But,
look, again, if T.O. didn't have a broken foot,
that's it, man.
Different Super Bowl, man. Yeah. I mean, they kept it competitive. It's just he didn't have the breakaway speed that he normally had out there. It was kind of enough of a factor.
He still he still had 100 yards for that game, didn't he?
Right, yeah, man. But I mean, he was a little bit more dominant than that, and and he wasn't the threat down the field that he was before. And so, I mean, it kind of changed the offense a little bit, and they couldn't spread the way that they were,
And so, so everybody's all happy for Andy, like he's like the Jeff Fish or some crap.
What is this? Don't you put Fisher on me. That's not right.
I didn't say on you, dude.
No.
Did I say that? No, I said people acting like he's Jeff Fish or something, like he's been mediocre for all this time. It's like, no, he's had good teams. He's had playoff success. He just can't get over the hump.
Right, yeah, it was just that last one. Well, he got too fancy all the time.
Yeah, because he's an idiot. He's like a Bill O'Brien. Anybody could win with Mahomes out there, dude. I mean, come on, man. And the wife and the child beater, Tyreek Hill. I mean,
oh, yes.
His arms.
Can you believe, 9 months ago, we were talking about if he would ever play football again, and here he is having this.
You know why? Because the police don't do their job.
Yeah, well, that, and I mean, it sounds like there was a lot of retracting statements made, and so
threats made.
I don't like that. Well, I mean, look, man, our team is kind of full of that right now. I mean, we got Terrell Suggs, who I just read about recently, kind of had a similar situation where he was beating on his fiance, and then the charges were dropped, and then they got married.
Hey, that's when the Ravens back in the day with Ray Lewis killing people.
Right? Yeah, I guess so. It's like you can hit somebody. Ray Lewis murdered someone, so I mean that's not even near the same. At least she's still breathing.
I didn't know whether to laugh or not.
well, I mean, I just saw good old Duke kind of losing it there for a bit, so I was like, I mean,
it took me a second. I'm sorry, it took me a second to get my composure.
Man, look, I'm out here trying to be honest about the NFL. I mean, they got their dirt,
That's right, man.
They're smearing it all over Netflix with this Aaron Hernandez thing, which is catching like wildfire. Everybody's talking about it like it's the God's honest truth, man. I was like, I mean, your two biggest people for interviewing are no longer with us, with his father and him. So I mean, how real is this?
Oh, the NFL's put their propaganda out, like leaving Tio off the top 100 list because they're still kind of butthurt about him. So,
I mean, they don't like his antics, but he was still one of the greatest.
Antics of like just doing sit-ups, I mean, he just didn't follow.
No, not those antics. Like, I mean, he was a bit mouthy. He was like a mouthy one, like Keyshawn, but like I think he was a bit more mouthy.
Keyshawn got soft too.
Well, of course, Keyshawn's soft. Boys living in Calabasas. You can't be a hard in Calabasas.
his kid's softest thing I ever heard, man.
Oh yeah, man. They're probably. I mean, they're probably as soft as I guess probably Patrick was when he was growing up. Like I doubt Patrick Mahomes was running the streets with gangs and so forth. He was probably living a very nice suburban lifestyle off daddy's MLB money.
Well, speaking of Patrick, man, so how do you feel about the Super Bowl? Congratulations. I wouldn't be as butthurt if you did go through my team. It's been 17 years since my team, so I was a little hurt.
Mine is on a 50-year drought, homie. I think
that you ain't even live for that fucking first time. So
that's what I'm saying. I've never seen them in the Super Bowl.
Don't even act like that's your history, okay? You can't claim it. Like the Yankees.
You can't
be claiming like 150 years of history when you only been live for like 10.
I'm going to at least claim the last time they were there was before I was born. I can at least claim that.
Okay, Super Bowl for, at least, what was it, 20 years?
Get old Lynn Dawson out there, baby. Go Lynn! Woo!
That's right, man. Even though, it's fine. Things happen. Congratulations.
Dude, I'm going to
Super Bowl.
Adoptive child in
Lynn
Dawson.
You still got the 49ers, man. 49ers just totally, smacking Aaron Rodgers around and act like he was a B.
Well, look, they had Matt LaFleur leading the helm. I mean, no one really believed in Matt LaFleur. I mean, if the Packers were going to win, it was because Aaron Rodgers had an incredible game, and just he couldn't get it done with that defense. And to be honest with you, that's my main concern with my team. Even though we can score really quickly, we can also 3 and out real quickly too. So
yeah,
I mean, I just hope that we burn Sherman.
Bosa, with Bosa back there.
Oh, he's gonna cause some problems. But my main issue is like, will Hill be able to scorch old man Sherm? Will he teach the elderly new tricks, or will the old man somehow shot him?
Sherman like that? Wow.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm mildly concerned, but yet at the same time, not really. My main concern is Bosa. I mean, that boy is quick off that line, man. It's
so
great.
Fast, dude. It's but he takes off like a fucking Ferrari. That kid.
Yeah. So that's my main concern. I mean, I know their running game is good. I mean, they've got running by committee, and the guys are getting it done, and they're getting down the field and making it so that Jimmy G just has to work on how nice his handoffs are. Like he's been working on it.
If you can't stop the run, then why would you pass?
Right. Well, why put Jimmy in the position screw up?
You act like that's like gimmicky plays, so I don't get that crap,
I'm not saying that, dude. I'm just saying that's what
Raheem Mostert went for 200+ yards.
Yeah, I'd keep handing it off.
That's a fucking blind squirrel if I've ever seen one. He completed 6 passes to get into a Super Bowl in today's game.
Today's game. I'm tired of you guys saying that crap, dude.
Dude, because it's fucking
good.
Today's game. All right.
It is today's game. What are you talking about? You're just lucky to have one of the biggest men who's ever played.
I'm telling you, man.
Running.
Today's game, defense wins championships, and the running game is still relevant, man.
I mean, the defense doesn't always win,
but it doesn't win you a championship on offense. Passing does.
I mean, like
Brady threw for over 500 in a Super Bowl and lost to a backup.
Exactly, dude. Threw for 500 and still lost. So it's not guaranteed, man. I'm just saying.
But here's the thing.
I mean, Sean Alexander probably ran for 150 and lost his.
Oh, look, Sean Alexander got screwed because they call that that penalty. That was a rigged Super Bowl, man. That was Bears' Super Bowl. He's going home, man. I even like the Seahawks, but I admit that crap, dude. You can't call a penalty on the quarterback who's trying to make a tackle for holding or some crap. It was awful, dude. I mean, that Super Bowl was rigged, and we all know that. It was Pittsburgh. It was supposed to be Big Ben's coming out party, like, oh yeah, and Bettis is retiring and Steeler Nation's uniting again, all that other crap, man. Please. Even the refs came out years ago and said that they screwed up that shit.
All right. Well, I'm not sure about all these refs coming out and snitching on themselves.
What?
All I know, man, is that, look, you guys didn't get there because it'd be a lot for Henry to run like that 3 straight weeks in a row with playoff style football, man. I mean, it's just he was tired. He was tired, yeah, but he was still out there doing stuff. But I mean, I knew it had to be a game where Tannehill stepped up, and Tannehill did what he could, but I feel like they put him into the offensive scheme a little too late. I think they were trying to do it to recover, where they could have just, if they had spread out the offense throughout the game, I think it might have helped you guys more. But, they completely flipped the script and was like, all right, well, now we're going to sit Henry out quite a bit and try to do it this way. And I think it was too little too late at that point.
It is what it is, man. We don't have Butler got hurt. Our secondary was suffering a little bit. We don't have a true edge rusher yet. So we're there. We're building it. We're building confidence. And, maybe next time we'll get over that hump.
All right. Well, speaking of hump, there's going to be a lot of humping lady lumps at the halftime show. I'm very excited this year, especially not only will the Chiefs be there, but J-Lo and Shakira will keep me very excited for halftime festivities. I'm so happy, man.
It's like the worst, one of the worst halftime shows we've had.
Not on me.
Halftime shows is Prince, dude.
I am not
the best.
I am not gonna get out of my seat, dude.
What?
Not gonna move.
This is a halftime show you can watch on mute and with the audio. I don't understand what you're saying.
You could play the Baby Shark song over as audio, and I would still sit there and watch this.
Exactly. I'm not understanding Duke's protest here.
I'm going to take a pee break at the 2-minute warning during the game just to get back to my seat.
Man, that's sad, dude. That's enough football fan. Man.
What are you talking about, man? I might do the same as well. We're talking about Shakira and J-Lo.
You're talking about Gasolina, dude.
Yeah, that's the finest 50-year-old woman I've probably ever seen. Good gracious, dude. I mean, I can't even believe it. Just imagine, dude. Imagine, you were, going to, some PTA meeting. And, you're there and your child, has been at school, and then this happens to be the child's teacher, or something like that, man. You'd be like, well, I want to go back to school. I can't believe this asshole's acting up, man. I'd be a very good student for you, ma'am. What are you talking about? That is the finest 50-year-old. I can't believe you're upset with this, dude.
Yeah, I'm honestly pretty surprised. And I know, oh, yeah, it's about the football. I understand that. You don't have to explain it to me. I love football just as much as anybody else. But I also love other things, Duke. I have, I'm a mile wide, an inch deep. You know what I mean? I'm not the other way around.
Yeah, dude, I hope there's so many wardrobe malfunctions in this one that they go have to, shut it off just because it's just too much nudity.
I might just not watch the rest of the game. I might just watch that. I don't even know. I just had a protest about your bullshit, Duke. I might just do that.
What? I'm not protesting. I'm just saying, halftime show, could be whatever, man. If it's eye candy what you want, then that's cool, man. I mean, you're honest
Look,
about it.
We can't have Prince anymore.
I know. Right? I still cry about that. I still cry about that.
All right,
greatest in Miami.
In the rain. I don't think you can ever get a better Super Bowl.
In Purple Rain, as he's singing. But yes, that's the halftime show, and hopefully this year the commercials be better too. That's what I'm hoping. Last few years have kind of sucked.
Well, last year was that real odd PC year, right? You remember every commercial was extra PC and safe and made us all feel bad about living and stuff. And it's just dang, dude, what's going on, man? This is the Super Bowl.
That's right, man. You drop millions and millions of dollars for 30 seconds. Provide us with some entertainment. Come on.
Right. Don't be ooh, I don't want to make anybody mad in any community that could possibly be out there. So I'm going to tiptoe around anything and just show you the product name. That's it.
Now, I want to talk to you guys about something that I read about the Super Bowl. And that is that at the Hard Rock Cafe Stadium, right?
Yes, down Miami.
They're banning all tailgating at the game in the parking lot.
What?
Now, before you react, I want to ask, is this something that they will generally do at every Super Bowl just to avoid any big type of thing that could happen with propane? Is this like a security protocol? I've never heard of this, but I could imagine that one of the biggest events in the world is a Super Bowl every single year, and that's a serious security risk for them. But also,
it's probably to help security, if we're going to be honest.
It has to be, right?
Terrorism.
Like, this can't be all for the money that they want to get inside the stadium and around the area. Like, they can't have a mutual, like, agreement with the city of Miami in order to, like, gain tourist money, right? Like, that can't be the case.
No, I doubt that. I think it's probably the security risk and the fact that there's more security, there's more people, there's more high-profile people there, and then, you know, if to sweep through and find a propane tank and be like, well, it's for my grill, it's like, well, I mean, are you sure you're going to be grilling the whole time, or are you going to blow things up? I mean, they're probably just using it as an excuse for them to not have to work as hard.
Actually, that's kind of sad because as being somebody who has been to Kansas City and seen those people tailgate, I feel like they're taking away the advantage from the Chiefs.
I mean, if we're going to be honest, it's probably true because, I mean, those people will probably already started driving their giant buses and their EMT trucks and everything else that they converted into Chiefs mobiles. Oh, yeah, they're all probably, like, at least at Tallahassee right now on their way to Miami, dude. Like, they're on that convoy the second that game was done.
That's right, man. You know, they're going to be tailgating for the next 2 weeks, pumping out with Kansas City barbecue.
Right, dude? Oh, God. Those poor people in Miami with their white pants on, just going to be so stained with sauce because all those Chiefs fans coming in. Such saucy white pants.
Such saucy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I really considered trying to get down there, man, just because, you know, there's going to be such fine women and the Chiefs playing football, but I'm not really at a point in my life where I want to just completely bankrupt myself and ruin all my credit cards.
Oh, it's the perfect time. You have so much time. You're so young.
I have so much time to pay off those credit cards.
Look,
thank you, Moose.
It only stays on your credit report for 7 years. Then it drops off. Okay? So if you, just get that credit card, if you can't make the payments, hey, man, crap happens, dude. But 7 years, it goes away. Remember that.
All right, well, I guess
I'm starting my Super Bowl fund.
If I can scam Discover, give me a nice little card in the next few days, they will see none of that money back.
I am starting my Super Bowl fund because now I believe it could happen in my lifetime, maybe, if I'm lucky.
Hey, man, look, I'll tell you, I saw my team get close many times. It still took them 50 years. So, I mean, I'm hoping for the best.
Those years were garbage, too, man. Whatever, man. You know, the year the Ravens came in there, that was crap because we all knew the Ravens were going to win because it was Ray Lewis's bull crap. You know, that was his final year. Woo! So,
oh, well, all right, man.
We know it's all storylines, man. It's like wrestling, people. It's like wrestling. Like,
all right. Now
you'll probably get next year.
Spread your propaganda on why your Titans didn't win.
Hey, I'm not blaming, man. I'm just saying, man, we'll get a fancy boy like Mahomes, man.
What? Like, yeah. Well, last time you were in the Super Bowl, you had a black quarterback. Maybe
that's right, dude. Look what happened. We got the NFL punished us for that, dude.
They didn't punish you.
Yeah, they did. Like, Kurt Warner, man. Come on. He came out of nowhere, dude. You know, he was bagging groceries before the season started.
But he was still loving the Lord, and that's what was important. You know, the man bagged groceries and he loved the Lord.
Steve didn't love the Lord? I mean,
I don't know. He got caught with a young girl.
That ain't the Lord.
Well, on that note, I think it's a good time to take a break. We're loving the Lord. We'll be back in a few minutes with the second half of Ricky Williams' Trilogy.
An arrest warrant has been issued for Antonio Brown on a felony charge of burglary and battery. Brown allegedly threw a rock at the driver of a moving truck before taking part in a battery against him, according to court documents obtained by TMZ. Eli Manning will hold a news conference Friday to announce his retirement, per sources. Thank God. Philadelphia Flyers mascot Gritty is under police investigation following allegations of a physical assault on a 13-year-old boy during a meet and greet.
All right, first off, his name sounds like he should be in a violent situation all the time. That's like, and he's a Philly mascot. I feel charges should just be dropped on that alone.
And finally, Arizona Cardinals wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald has purchased a minority stake in the Phoenix Suns, becoming the second active NFL player with an NBA ownership share. Green Bay's Aaron Rodgers has a stake in the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, boys, it is the end of an era in New York. You know how many people are crying around here? Fucking Rhode Islanders. I can't stand it.
Why would anyone care?
Half of the people here are, I'd say most likely 49 and 49 at least are Giants fans and Patriots fans. I mean, we're close to New York. We're only 3 hours out. So a lot of people grew up Giants fans, and people got to follow in their parents' footsteps, I guess. But anyways, Eli Manning is retiring.
Yeah, the Manning like tyranny is finally over, people.
What are you talking about? In like 15
about,
years, you're going to be talking about their children.
Man, dude. Well, that's 15 years from now, man.
All right, great.
Now they're going to do the Godfather thing and go into the shadows and rule the NFL from there.
Whatever. Eli's probably going to have himself a booth job. I mean, who's not going to want to have him in there drunk off his mind being crazy like Romo?
Romo's a hack, dude.
Romo's hilarious, dude. Did you see where they were like, there's too many men on the field, and then they like later called it, and I was like, man, it's probably they only called it because Tony said it on national TV that the ref screwed up.
Only reason, man. But Tony was, he was loving the Chiefs that day because Tony acts like, I love how Tony acts like he's been in the playoffs.
Tony likes whoever was supposed to win the game.
Tony acts like he's been to the playoffs, won the playoffs, but he never has won a playoff game. He's been in the
playoffs. Oh, yeah. Okay.
He messed it up for that field goal when he couldn't hold a field goal.
Dude, but can you believe how big Tony Romo's hands are? Those suckers are just like meat hawks, man. Those are the biggest hands I've seen on a dude with a face that small. Boy's a freak.
That's right, man. You gotta have something to throw the ball around, man, I guess.
I know, man. But
big hands. Big man. Makes a good quarterback, right?
Dude, but his hands are just, take a look at him next time he does a broadcast, man. He got hands of a offensive lineman. Good grief.
And he's also too, man, the Super Bowl, right? It's on Fox this year, is it not?
I think so. Is that right?
Yeah, that is right. Yep.
Yeah, so he doesn't have any more this year. So you have to wait till next year to look at his hands.
So it's going to be what, Joe Buck?
Of course it's going to be Joe Buck.
Because he has, I believe, see, this is where the conspiracies come in too. So Joe Buck's father called the Super Bowl 4 on the telecast. So now Joe Buck's doing it. Look how it passes down, man. It's a conspiracy, man. It's like that 99-yard run with Derrick Henry. Who called the Tony Dorsett play before that? Joe Buck's father, man. So it's all conspiracies, man. It's all conspiracies.
So what, you think Joe Buck is like king pimp of the Illuminati right now?
I don't know, man. I don't like him, though.
God, what an ugly face of the Illuminati. But whatever. I guess they got to have somebody.
They got to have somebody for sports. Yeah, I don't like. He's calling a game this year, I believe. So it would be him and Troy.
Yeah, I guess so. Troy will do the best he can. Man, he's had a lot of concussions, hasn't he? You can tell in his broadcast.
Oh, yes, he has had a lot of concussions, man. Concussion Troy, man.
Yeah, he had a lot of them. But, he played at a time where they were just like, hey, man, smell some smelling salt and get back out there. That's how it was. I mean, I feel like that's why there was always those extra interceptions. Because, like, I wonder if like they actually took numbers on like how many times the quarterback went right back in there and basically threw an interception a couple of plays later because they had a like probably severe concussion. And they were just like, you're fine. Get some smelling salts, buddy. You're good.
Just the only reason Deion Sanders was any good.
Dude, Deion made
Jesus. That's awesome.
What do you want? He's just playing against concussed quarterbacks. I mean, they all have CTE now. I wonder why he had so many interceptions.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And also, oh, God, what was that dude's name from the 49ers? Had that really long neck. I can't remember his name right now. But he always had a lot of interceptions, too, and he probably took advantage of the concussions of that time period as well. God, the hits were just different back then, man.
Yeah, they really were. You could feel them in the bones, couldn't you?
Yeah, dude. You do something like that, you're getting fined now. Back then, you were getting praised and probably a pay bump.
Yes. So, yes.
Can we talk about Antonio Brown, though?
Let's talk about Antonio Brown then, man.
This guy.
Why do you hate the man? I love watching a slow train wreck. I mean, this is what they want, right? It's been a while since we've had someone commit murder as an NFL player. And I think Antonio's definitely on pace for that at this point in time.
I mean, we've had plenty of child abusers like Tyreek Hill.
Well, yes, but that's not as glamorous as murder, buddy. People listen to murder podcasts. Nobody listens to a child abuse podcast.
Because that makes them cry, but murder makes them interested.
Exactly, dude. And he's primed.
Yeah, that's fucking true, dude. Oh,
it's
my
true.
God.
It's true. And he is primed for murder. I mean, he's on a slippery slope as it is. He's unemployed and committing battery. Oh, he's just a step away, my man. Just a step away. So we'll see what happens in this saga. I believe he's turning himself in. Is that correct?
Yes, supposedly he's going to do the right thing and turn himself in so he doesn't have to be humiliated by getting pulled over while he's running away in a white Bronco.
And then he's going to go to jail for like 8 months. He's going to find God all of a sudden, like within those
he ain't going to jail.
Tiny walls.
8 months, dude. First off, if 8 months is in the equation, it's 8 months of community service. Like, that's about it.
You
He's a pro athlete, man.
No, he's
I'm
not.
honestly not sure. I don't know. But if you had listened to my story, it was going to be funny. Ready? 8 months in jail. He saw the Aaron Hernandez film. He said, fuck, I need to get me a documentary. So he went out. He did something really stupid. He's going to get himself locked up. He's going to come out. He's going to get signed by a team next season or so. And then he's going to have this miraculous comeback story. And he found God, and now he's a good guy. And then he's going to lose it once he retires again. I'm calling it right now.
I mean, look, they're going to want to make that story, trust me.
They want to, but will they?
Oh, we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see if it's got to be a good battery charge.
I mean, like, but here's the thing, right? And people have spoken so much shit about Josh Gordon, about how he's a scumbag because he always goes back to his pills or whatever.
Who has?
Plenty of people. What do you? Not me.
Well, you Patriot people, man.
Yeah, it's probably that area.
No, it's not. Oh, we loved him here, dude.
Who's attacking this man grabbing the drug problem?
Plenty of people get attacked for everything nowadays.
Dude, not drug problems, man. That's more sympathetic.
Wait a minute. Okay, well, let me get to my point about Antonio Brown now, because everybody feels so bad for him. Everyone feels he needs help. He needs to get help. This is such a poor situation. But, like, at what point are people going to stop tweeting about it and, like, actually do something about it? Like, all these famous people, like, oh, I hope bro gets some help with, like, the prayer sign above it. Like, well, why don't you go fucking help him, dude? I don't fucking know the guy. I'm not going to be able to help that fucking idiot. So, like, and then at what point is he credible for this shit, or accountable, rather, for this stuff that he's doing? Like, everyone just feels so bad. The guy needs help. Yeah, of course he does. He's fucking throwing rocks at moving vans. But, like, how long is this charade going to go on where we, like, feel horrible for this guy?
I mean, it's going to go on and on and on as long as he's able to probably give the NFL some little hope that he'll be good enough to play again.
It's going to be like this until the day we find out that he had CTE because he donates his crazy fucking brain to science, and then people are going to still feel bad for him, which at that point I would too. But, like, That's the drawing point for me, because right now this guy's just literally throwing his life away. If he didn't have a name and I didn't know who he was, I wouldn't give a fuck about him.
Well, of course not. And that's why we continue to find out about what's going on in his life, and we just want to watch the train wreck, which will eventually end, as I said, in a 187. So
that's right, man. He'll be praised as a hero. Come back to the Patriots.
I mean, I'm not.
Goodness, can the Patriots take that? If you guys had a second murder, I don't know how you can recover from that.
Hey, man,
that would be rough.
I think we've had enough in our silo down here.
And a whorehouse conspiracy too, man.
Oh, sure.
I mean, that's an old man trying to get it blowy. But, I mean, 2 murderers, that just doesn't look good, man. Like, that looks like y'all ain't properly checking the mind when y'all bringing them onto the team.
Well, what do? You can't be right on every single, on every single guy, John.
I'm just saying, like, I don't hear about the Bucks having repeat murder offenders. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't look good from a PR standpoint.
Well, like I said, I can't do anything about it, John.
That's right, man. We can't do anything about it, man. So, moving on.
Well, what we can do something about is teach today's youth about violence and bullying. Recently in Kansas State, and Kansas had a basketball game.
Yo, time out. I thought you were going to go into some, sad shit about some kid in Kansas, I don't even want to go there, but that was funny. That was good.
The game was wrapping up. Kansas had easily won this by quite a bit. But you know what? The boys of Kansas State weren't leaving until the zeros were seen on the board. They were feeling squirrely with just seconds left. So steal was made. During this time in which the steal was made, there was a fast break, and it looked like an easy layup was going to happen. But oh no, there was a rejection. No time left. Now, during said rejection, a player stood over another player from Kansas State and probably said some inappropriate words about him and his mother, or any combination of the two. An amazing brawl began, in which fists were flying, benches were cleared, and a motherfucker even grabbed a chair. I mean, folks, that's when you know it's a good fight.
The motherfucker grabbed, trying to fucking RKO him or something.
That's right, man. He was trying to finish this. Folks, a lot of suspensions are being handed out, I'm sure, for this one here. But, man, it was something to see this week in the world of sports. And I know both the Duke and Moose got a chance to see it.
It was just a tense rivalry game that got out of hand. So
got out of hand, sir. That was bench and crowd clearing brawl kind of nonsense, man. I mean, there was a poor bald old white man in the middle of all that.
You mean like when Pedro Martinez threw that old bald white man down? Was like, boo! Come on, man. Look, it was a tense game. It was inappropriate. Shannon Sharp blamed the kid who makes a steal. I just think he was playing hard to the end. Screw the unwritten rules, whatever. If you ain't going to act, if you're just going to dribble that ball, I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, one guy stole it, fine, and the other guy went and blocked it. I mean, whatever.
Blocked it, man. But I think the guy who blocked it got upset, like, why don't you do this? Blah, 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 blah.
Well, he probably said some stuff to him that's why I said he said some stuff to him, probably inappropriate in nature. And then a fight began. I mean, it was something that you hate seeing, but I mean, there's fighting in sports. Now, I think
that wasn't fighting when it goes into the stands like that. That's just a brawl.
Well, it was a brawl.
Yeah.
It was a brawl.
Wait a minute, Duke. I want to clarify something. From the guy who almost refuses to watch basketball now because it's too soft. You now think that is too much, or you're just saying it was crazy? It was
inappropriate. Look, I'm talking about you keep it on the court, okay? This ain't wrestling. We just got to go in the stands and start hitting people.
Well, it just happened to be that the fight was at the sidelines. I mean, they were on the other end of the court. I mean, that's just where the fight broke out. I mean, they were going to push themselves into the court. They were just fighting where they were fighting, and it just happened to be, people were in that area.
I mean, here's the other thing, too, and anybody can say whatever they want. I've been saying it for a while now. that those fans are just too close to that court. They're way too close. They've always been too close. They will continue to always be too close. And if you're going to put 8-year-old Johnny next to a bunch of mad, sweaty, 6'8" dudes that are hopped up on testosterone, odds are something's going to pop someday or one day. I mean, it's just always going to happen, man. And you know what? I love it. Basketball's back. Love this
That's
shit.
not basketball. That's just
What are you talking about, man?
dude.
We grew up with all kinds of brawls.
Yeah, we're talking about
Those were-
brawls and stuff on the court, man. We're
Those
not
were
talking about just bleeding into the stands. I mean, we had Bobby Knight throwing a chair or two, but that was just funny, man. This is just straight up violent, and I want to kill somebody.
Manute Bol tried to punch somebody out every game, and he was like 7'7" and wiry.
Dude, that is one thing.
And like 65 years old.
Keep it on the court,
Yeah.
man.
I think his kid's name is Bol. Like,
His
I'm not
name
even
is
like,
Bobo. He's in the G League right now.
yeah, dude, his name is Bol.
Bobo, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, that's a little fucking insensitive to a culture, isn't it, Jonathan?
But that's his last name and his first name, right? Like,
No. I mean, what do you want?
I mean, that would be like if you were named, Moose. Like, that's ridiculous.
So if my name is Moose, you wouldn't fucking step up on my name, though. And you
Yeah,
know
I would step up on Moose.
Yeah, Moose. That's funny shit. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously no place in the sport for it. No place, especially in college sports, for it. These kids aren't even getting paid. They're already, like, fighting for their lives. So, it was stupid, but I loved it. I'd be lying if I said otherwise.
Well, you know what? I found it entertaining myself as well. It gave me a reason to pay attention to college sports for a second before March Madness,
Right. And, with all the baseball stuff going on, the coach controversy in hockey, like, I needed something like that. I really did. And it was a great brawl. The boys, they were all there for their team. I'd rather see that than, like, some kid getting mobbed and nobody going to help them. Like,
well, why weren't you excited for Zion's return, man? We march.
Zion.
Zion.
I got to see some of it, and, the kid balled out. I mean, what was it, 17 points in the fourth quarter? 4 for 4 from 3? I mean, that's pretty darn good game. Kid looked powerful. But the thing is, Jonathan, and I don't know whether you agree or disagree, but I'm guessing you probably will agree with me. I don't want to see that kid taking threes.
Right? That's not what he's in the NBA for.
No,
but
I want to see that
he's
kid.
got a 3-point game, homie. That's
No, man. That's not the game now, man. The game is 3-pointers, dude.
No, the game is
Chuck it
LeBron
up,
James
dude.
destroying people.
LeBron James complaining and getting away with stuff. Flopping.
No, because there's no mid-range shots anymore, dude. Like,
well, Kawhi still got that.
No, man, that's old school, man. We don't do that stuff no more, man. That's
okay,
the
the
game
majority,
now.
though. But I want to see Zion flying through the paint, dude, like taking dudes out, breaking jaws, putting elbows through eye sockets. Like, I want to see that powerfulness from a guy that, like, he can put together power like I would never imagine myself having. Does that make sense? Like, I could never imagine myself having as much power as Zion Williamson or...
Well, he's not going to do that day one, even if this was his legitimate first NBA game and he went through all of the preseason. He still wouldn't behave that way in game one, man.
Like, would it have to be? And I understand that. You're probably right about that. But what I'm saying is, throughout the future, I hope this is not the Zion we see. Even it is still fun. New Orleans is a live city. They love their sports down there. It was great.
They love the Saints.
But
I mean,
well, they also love the LSU Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like they're like the biggest sports team.
Right, but you don't think that they're going to show up for Pelicans games now?
Like, well, now they will.
For one reason, exactly. There were people putting up, posts on Twitter that have been going to games for 10, 20 years or whatever that have said, I've never seen this place so live. I don't know. I know the Pelicans weren't their name forever, whatever they were before then, but.
Well, they were the Hornets, right?
I believe so, yeah.
And
right.
They haven't been there for 10 years, have they?
I think they have.
Regardless.
Because it was during that time. Yeah, because, man, that was way back with Hurricane Katrina, man.
Was it?
Because you remember they got, like, relocated from New Orleans, and then they had to go play in Oklahoma for a little bit. So,
but it was fun to see him play, man. I just want to see in the future. I want to see him flying through the paint. That's all. That's all I want.
Fly through the paint, man. That's old school, man. We shoot up with threes. That's all we do now, man.
I mean, in order to be an effective basketball player now, you do have to be 7 feet tall and be able to drain threes from.
Blame Dirk for that one.
Oh, I'm not going to blame Dirk for that.
Don't be blaming no Dirk. Yo, man.
I'm blaming anyone. It's KD, dude. That kid can handle like a point guard and still is just a massive, lanky man. He is tall.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, the game changed with Dirk, and then other 7-footers are like, well, I'm going to do that too.
Well, damn. Well, man, you're right, man. They're actually 18 years old. The Pelicans.
I thought about 2 decades, but I wasn't
Man.
quite.
That's crazy, man. It's been that long, man.
Yeah, they've been around there for a while, man. So it's been a franchise for a minute.
They wore the Hornets before. So sad. Muggsy Bugs.
I mean, dude, that was a long time ago, but I mean, it's not like they're not back. I mean, the Hornets have returned because they got rid of the Charlotte Bobcats. They knew that wasn't selling tickets.
The Bobcats, the owner that decided to name a team after himself. And that just worked out well, didn't it? No.
Well, hey, come on, man. You want to put your name on stuff.
You got to put your name on stuff, man. That's right. You put your name on stuff. So speaking of putting a name on stuff, where can they find us? Huh?
Oh, well, they can find us on Instagram at RW Trilogy Podcast. You can find us at Twitter as well. What's our Twitter handle again?
We've at the RWT Podcast or at the RW Trilogy. One of those two. You'll find us. Ricky Williams Trilogy.
Yeah, just type it in. You can find us on Facebook as well. Also find us on YouTube. Just type in the Ricky Williams Trilogy, and then make sure you tune in next week for the hour-long Chiefs special where we highlight the Chiefs and maybe talk a little bit about the 49ers. At least to mention old
You mean like 3 hour special, right? Because I'm sure you're going to go for 3 or 4 hours on that.
I mean, if you allow me to, I will. I mean, I'll probably get emotional and maybe cry halfway through while covered in the Chiefs stuff that I'm probably going to buy online this evening when I get done playing basketball.
I mean, hey, man, we totally understand. You know, that's you're right to cry, buddy. Cry tears of happiness, my friend.
I'm going to say act like I've been there before, but I've never been there before, so I don't know. So
well, you know, my team has, but
yeah, we all remember they lost by a yard. Thanks to, Frank Wycheck.
Frank Wycheck. It was Dyson. Come on, man. You're going to insult correctly, dude. Come on.
I know. I just wanted to say Frank, man. I miss the man. He was actually a good tight end. I appreciated him.
Now he's up there in Boston with CTE. But speaking of other shows.
You have to bring that up.
Man. Well, it's sad, dude. Our heroes, man. It's our heroes. Also, too, I got a puppy dog, and of the week goes to Drew Bledsoe. That's
what?
Right.
Drew Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe said that he thought Brady was just a backup quarterback and would never start a game in the NFL. Man, he's still bitter, y'all. Still bitter.
Well, I mean, he should be, though, because in reality, he had the best chance at that point in time probably any quarterback had to sustain success for at least 10 years, right?
I mean, he's just still bitter. He's still got a ring. He's on the bench, but he got a ring. Polish it up.
Count. Jimmy G knows things don't count.
That does count, man. You got a ring. Polish it up, man. It's like if the Dodgers win the World Series, okay? From that on point, we're claiming we're World Series champions because Jonathan gets the ring. So,
I mean, it'll be very nice if they trickle down a ring for me, and I'll wear it every day with pride.
Or we'll just go to the pawn shop and
I will tell everybody I'm a World Series champion. I'll tell everyone I go.
That's right. Or we'll go to the pawn shop and try to find a Patriots ring, wear it around our neck and act like we're big dogs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some old, backup, I'd say like practice team punter had a heroin problem at some point in time in the Patriots' careers. We can find one. We'll find it. We'll find a ring.
That's right. And John also too has a show that's not associated with Fumbrisky Sports, but we will claim that we are loaning him for that purpose.
Yes, IMD Weed. We enjoy marijuana and movies. Recently got a chance to see Bad Boys for Life. Not exactly sure if the whole podcast we even really talked about the movie, but we did talk about Will Smith and big booties. So make sure you check that one out, folks. It's a classic right there. Instant classic in the IMD Weed podcast.
Hell yeah.
Instant classic, people. Instant classic. Us two got a new show, No Flags on the Field, which is on Anchor.fm, where you will be finding the Weekly Winners Trilogy show shortly. We also too have Money Mouth, a Super Bowl special. Well, Jonathan and I are balling out and putting it all on black. And we are going to go prop bets with you people. That's right. How long
can't put it all on black. We should spread it around a little bit.
Oh, well, we'll spread. It's just a metaphor.
Okay.
We're balls to the wall, man.
Are you just trying to say that because there'll be mostly black people on the field? So.
Dude, why do you pull race into this, man? We know that putting
well,
it
I'm just trying to find the
frame
of reference here. Oh,
I mean, what do you want to say? The red or black? I mean, come on, man.
Well, I'm just,
all on green.
No. Just putting it all on the table. I would assume is what you. I mean,
put it all on the table. Okay, yeah. Let's do the poker term. So we avoid the race issue. In.
Going all in. There we go.
So we got to be PC about gambling now.
That's a good sex term. I was all in.
Ooh, wow. That's right. And also, too, that'll be on Anchor FM shortly soon, fans. So we'll be on all sorts of platforms. Just be checking out a Super Bowl show next week. Well, we'll give you the winners and the losers of our prediction because I've only been wrong once or twice. And was it now 20 years, Jonathan? 20.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it don't matter who you pick this year because you know what? You're still getting the Niners. I don't give a shit. I'm cheering for my team.
I know, man. You should cheer for your team, but my team is not there, and I got to make some money. So,
hey, I don't give a shit, man.
It's about money time now, man.
I hate to use the T word, but you've been our most current president because I don't give a damn what you say.
Trump?
You pick the Niners.
You're not allowed to use Trump no more?
No, not anymore, man. It's 2020.
Oh. Well, when did this happen? Is 4chan's doing?
I'm sorry, man. That's just he's been canceled. And, you might as well be, a part of the revolution or against it, man. And it sounds like you're against it.
Well, I'd much rather be Trumped than Clintoned.
Oh.
Why, man? Oh, I guess the cigar thing. Well, one's grabbing, the other one's using a cigar. It's both involved.
I think I'm gonna get grabbed,
dude. I meant how the Clintons kill everybody. And
oh.
Anyways, thanks for joining in, everyone. It's been really fun. It's been a great season. We have approximately a week and a half left in the season. The Pro Bowl skills competition is on tonight. I will be watching that because I love stupid shit. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Jonathan, we got 1.5 weeks until your dream come true, buddy, and I hope it's destroyed, but we'll find out next week.
All right, it's true. I'm going to at least go to Disney World, and hopefully I'll see the team while they're there.
That's right, man. You should be there right now, but you're not. Next year, when my team is there, we will be in the Super Bowl because somehow we'll be getting a shit ton of money next year. That's right, baby. Woo, yeah.
All right, well, we'll see who your quarterback is. But until then, go Chiefs. Super Bowl bound Chiefs.
Okay, whatever, man. I'm going to edit that out, man.
Man, fucking whatever. Go Patriots.
Yeah, go Titans. Screw yourself, Chiefs.